Hi, everybody. And, we should probably do a show today. So let's do a show. I'm a creative in quarantine. I ain't Hey everybody, welcome to the Javon Show. Do you remember me? Javon, or something like it. I am so excited to be back. I have been gone for a minute, but I think I'm back. I'm better than ever. I'm still a little bit unkempt. I still don't know how to get a haircut or a shave before a show, but it's going to happen real soon. Now check this out. We're going to be going to Roku TV and we're going to be going to Apple TV. And I know I said August the 10th. But it got pushed back momentarily. But we're gonna get there. I need y'all to stay patient, keep sharing the show, keep letting people know what's going on. But it was either not do the show until September or do the show and just have on one of my most favorite guests, one of my most favorite people in the world, somebody that knows me almost as well as my mama. And I said, hey, Barack Obama, can you do my show? And he said no. So instead, I got Marquis Jelks. Marquis, how you doing, sir? Now, I am going to try to do this. Can you hear me okay? Great, because I can't hear you at all. So I'm going to put my earpiece back in because I guess that's the only way I'm going to hear you. Yeah, you can hear me. So what? You can hear me okay? Dang it, I can't hear you at all. So let me do something real quick. It's a little thing that I like to do called Get Your Stuff Together. So we're going to do that right there. Can you hear me now? Try it one more time. Nope, it's not you. It's me. It's always been that. It's always been somebody. Not them. It's always been me. So let me connect a couple of things. See, this is the reason why I miss doing a live show, because it's moments like this where I have totally jacked up something, even in preparing to go live, and I still can't get it right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am absolutely terrible at doing live shows. Can you tell? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. And I still can't, you still can't, you can hear me, but I can't hear you, right? All right, Marquis, go out, come back in. Dog it. Yeah, you should do that. While I'm waiting for Marquis to come back, we're going to do, first of all, let me say hey to my people. What up, Nia? How you doing? Hey, Asia, how you doing? Sierra Perkins, what up, yo? Lanisha, that's my sister right there. How you doing, Lanisha? I didn't even know this was happening. Well, if you answered your text messages, you would have known it was happening. And it's funny because when stuff starts going bad on the show, I start sweating. Marquis, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you, sir.
I just saw Lanisha. What's up, Lanisha? One of my favorite people.
Lanisha used to be one of my favorite
I just took over your show. Sorry.
Well, you took over it a couple of months, or what, about a month ago when you did the show? And had on some fantastic and amazing people. And Lanisha also did the show. Y'all were kind of in competition, and I think it worked out absolutely great. You guys are the best. Oh my God. She's freaking amazing. So I want people to, first of all, people are tuning in like, who is Marquis Joe? So without saying, oh, I'm just a nobody, because you're known to do that, I need you to really tell people, who is Marquis Joe?
I am Marquis Jelks. That I don't know. Whenever people ask me that, I really don't know what to say. I'm just Marquis Jelks. That's
But
it.
you are Marquis Jelks, your praise breaks, your commercial breaks, your church stuff. You've got a lot of platforms that you're on right now. What made you decide to be a social influencer?
I really didn't decide it. It just kind of happened. When I started my praise breaks underscore commercial breaks page, it was to create a page that would get a lot of following, a big following and a bigger platform for people who, I wanted to manage and push out to the forefront. So it wasn't about me at all. And then it just kind of happened to where me being the person behind it, I turned into a social media influencer. So it just happened on its own. I didn't set out to say, let me start an Instagram for myself. I need to get myself known. It was to push other people.
And you've been using your platform to push other people. I wanted to talk about social media influence for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that you don't mind talking about controversial topics. So let's just jump right into the fire right now. Let's just go ahead and hit it hard. So you have a page, you have a platform where people get to interact. You have over, it used to be before Instagram took down the first one, over 100,000 followers. And you're creeping back up there right now. So people know Marquis Jelks. You're known in the Church of God in Christ. You're known in the conference circuit. You're known for your love of the Clark sisters, which we'll get to a little bit later. And then you roll around with celebrities, pseudo celebrities, wannabe celebrities, all the type of celebrities, including me, social celebrities. So my question to you is, when you have a major platform like that, how much responsibility is it on you about the things people either come to you with or share with you, especially on your platforms?
So I'll make sure I answer this question correctly. Are you talking about in regards to what I post or people coming to me personally?
Sure. So let's go from this perspective. When you post something on your page and the way that your cousins react to it, because for those who don't know, his followers are called cousins. So when you post something to your page and your cousins react to it or respond to it, how much responsibility do you take for what your cousins respond or how your cousins respond?
Well, first of all, it just really depends, because sometimes we'll have it to where people will submit videos and then they'll say, oh, we'll take it down, because, no, let's rewind that a little bit. They'll keep asking me to post a video and I won't post it. Because I'm like, I already know what my cousins are gonna do. This is gonna be, they're gonna probably say something or make fun of, so I don't post it. So then I'll tell them at their own risk, okay, you keep asking me, I'm gonna go ahead and post it, but I'm not turning off the comments, okay? This is what it is. If you want to post it, I'm gonna go ahead and post it. Then sure enough, they come to me, can you please take it down? And I'm like, no, I just warned you what was gonna happen, But that's the price we pay when we're on social media. You can't control that. You cannot control what people are going to say. And one thing that I've learned, it could be the best thing in the world. You could do the best sermon. You could sing the best. You can look the best. They are always going to find something to nitpick. Oh, I like your red shirt, but you should have wore green pants with it. Oh, she should have had somebody different play behind her. Oh, well, if he would have did get it, he would have chosen a different song. Oh, the music was too fast. They'll always find something. Excuse me.
Oh, I think what people do now, instead of when you cough and sneeze saying bless you, they be like, all right now. So, all right now.
That's why I hate that got the cough in front of people, because I knew that's what everybody was thinking.
It's a new thing now. So, okay, so when you post something, let's go back a little bit. When you first started posting the shout videos, which is what you're known for, that's where you blew up with, like posting the shout videos. What was the initial reaction that you received posting those videos?
Oh, well, first of all, I started it just to do something fun on my normal Instagram page, which was just Marquis Jelks was my name. So I started Praise Break Sunday. And so I would tell people, oh, I'm just going to start posting praise breaks on Sunday, and we'll use the hashtag Praise Break Sunday. Then that got popular, So let me get deep for a minute. when I knew that I needed to grow my social media page. So I prayed and was like, God, help me grow my social media page. What should I do? Because I really didn't know what to do. So the Holy Spirit literally said, make your Praise Break Sunday page into a Praise Break page. That's what I did. And then it started to grow. Like over the course of maybe 2 months, I had 7,000 followers. And then I was like, oh, I really want to get to 10K. So, me being the church kid I am, I prayed, was like, Lord, I want to get to 10K really quick before this conference that's going on. So I can advertise and promote some of the people that I'm working with. And then Tasha Cobbs shared one of my videos. She came across my page, shared my video, and was like, everybody follow this page. I love it. And that's what got my numbers up. And then from there, whew.
Now, you are a church kid. You've been in church all of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Born and raised.
Your mom is what, like, really drove you? And like, was it a dragging that your mom used to do getting you to church? You used to just love going to church.
I just love going to church. I love concerts. I love musicals. I love the culture of church. I love that.
Now, when I talk to your mom, and I talk to your mom not too often, but when I do, it's always a great time. Your mom is a wonderful woman, and that's why I asked her to come on the show. Hey, Mom.
Javon, you're full of surprises.
Hello.
Hi, Mom. How are you? You know what's crazy, Javon? I was thinking yesterday, because I was going to go live on Instagram with some of my cousins. I was thinking, I wonder if I start requesting people to go live with any of my family members, go live with me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, hi, Mom.
Hi, Marquise. Hi, Javon.
Hello, Miss Joe. So I need to know, this kid, did he really enjoy going to church the way that he claims he did?
Yes. He really enjoyed going to church from a little boy. He started out with tambourines. That first tambourine was that yellow tambourine. What was it, a bear or something?
It was a bear.
Yeah. And we would always, thank you, Lanisha. He was always churchy. When he was in the 3rd grade and I would go to the fashion stores or whatever, he was high-yawing when he was little. Yeah. He embarrassed me.
I was definitely a church kid. Definitely.
So let me ask this, because my mom, and I know that she's watching, used to do the same thing. We were in church like 5 out of 7 days a week.
All the time.
And seeing how he was, and just the way that he was in church and everywhere that you went in the stores, did it ever bother you or make you maybe resent a little bit your pushing him in church so heavily with that always church spirit being on?
No, it didn't. It didn't at all, because him being in church, it kind of helped me. Sometimes when you have your children in church, it kind of helps you to do better, because if your child is in church, then things that you do or what's going to do, you don't do. Is like, I would say, Keith's going to church. I don't want him to see this. I don't want him to see that. It never bothered me that he was in church. And as he grew, he got both. He was balanced, what they say. He was balanced. Because going in school,
very balanced.
Especially starting in junior high, he was starting to get very balanced, because he was involved in show choir. I involved him in different musics and different genres, and he heard the different genres that I would listen to. So, no, it didn't bother me at all.
Now, I need to know, once he started becoming a little bit famous and started getting popular, even before praise breaks, commercial breaks, like just around Decatur, Springfield, Champaign, did you ever hear stuff about your son that made you want to fight somebody?
Oh, I would hear people say things. So you say, I would hear people say things, not to me, through the grapevine. It would get to me. He would make sure I did not hear that stuff. He did not want me to hear those things, because he knows me. I'm a protector of him. So when it did come to me, Marquise is saved. And when I say saved, his forgiveness is strong. A mom's forgiveness of their child, people talking about their children, is not that strong. But his forgiveness of people and what they do to him he could push it aside. It takes a long time for him to kick people out of his scene, if you will. So no, it would bother me, and I would want to say something. So a lot of times I would have to pray, because the people that are his age, I have no business saying anything to them. But people that are my age, if I would want to set it off or something, I would have to hold back. So he does a good job of not sharing those things with me.
That's good. That's good. I'm going to ask you one more question before I let you go, because I know Marquise is like, this interview is supposed to be mine.
I'm like, okay, well, what am I here for?
It's your mom's moment for just one more second. So what advice do you give to Marquise right now as he's taking these next steps and his notoriety is growing more and more?
What advice would I give to him? Mm-hmm. Just be yourself. Stay saved. Remember God. All these things I know he's going to do, but and I know he's not going to let this happen, but don't let it go to your head. And he's not going to do that. And then be mindful of all of the celebrities that you do meet, and those who aren't serving God like you are. Don't let them take you where they are, out of God's will. I would say that. That's good. I think that's good.
That's
you think that's good, Marquise?
That's very good. I'm surprised. First of all, that he got you to do this, because if you getting her to do this is probably like calling Oprah Winfrey and trying to get her to do it.
First of all, if I might say, he just asked me this how many hours ago?
A couple of hours, because I was worried. Like, I'm not good with rejection. Ask anybody. I'm not good with rejection. And I'm like, if his mama reject me, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna take a flight. I'm gonna have to figure something out. But as soon as I asked, she said yes. And I'm like, see, that's the mama that loves me.
And she just so happened to be home today and off.
Well, I wasn't home.
Nope, she sure was.
I had to take your grandma a couple of places, and I told him I hope to get back on time. And then he wanted to know if she would be on. And I said, no, I cut that out. No.
Because I'm messy. I want to know what grandma was
going to say. I can't be responsible. I can only be responsible of how I answer things.
Yeah.
I can't be responsible for her.
Very true. Well, Mom Jelks, thank you so much for joining the show today.
Thank you, Mom. Love you.
Love you too. I don't hardly say that, but I do.
We're going to be done with more of our piece right after this. Marquise is a very inspirational figure. He has a great story to tell, and we're going to talk more about that story. But first, I want to have a real quick inspirational moment. And today's inspirational moment is brought to you by Speak That Movement and Tiara Tucker. Tiara, here you go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tiara M. Tucker, and I am the founder and CEO of Tiara Public Relations Network, LLC, as well as Speak That Movement, which is my initiative to empower, uplift, and connect business professionals and believers. I just wanted to take this moment to send out a message of empowerment and motivation. I know that we are living in unprecedented and oftentimes confusing times, but I just want to say, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you are facing, you have to speak life over yourself. You have to tell yourself that you will make it through. You have to tell yourself that your better days are ahead. You have to tell yourself that no weapon, no pandemic, no social injustices formed against you or others shall prosper. You have to tell yourself that your better days are ahead and you will live your best life. So I just want to encourage you, good vibes only. That should be your mantra throughout this week. Surround yourself with good vibes. Be the person that delivers good vibes to others. Trust me, we will get through this together and you will come out on top. God is in control. Bless you and be a blessing. Take care.
Marquise, you are definitely a blessing to people. And I want to just get your take on a couple of things. So let's just do a real quick rapid fire of in Chicago right now, there's protesters going on in downtown Chicago. 2 people shot. I think it was 13 people injured, or officers being shot at, and it's just crazy. Do you believe in social unrest in order to get social change?
Definitely. Sometimes it calls for desperate measures to get results.
Mm-hmm. And with those desperate measures, do you feel that like violence is something that should be part of that, or are you Martin Luther King?
See, this is a thing.
I know that's
because sometimes, you know, of course, we don't want to advocate and promote violence, but sometimes we're not heard. You know, if it doesn't lead to that, if you do it peacefully, you know, if you don't say anything, then what happens? You know.
Mm-hmm. And I think that there has been, for me, I believe in social unrest. And like, if you got to burn it down, you burn it down in order to build it back up and make it right. Mm-hmm. I was talking to one of our sisters, Shantae Atkins, and he's a big proponent of doing what you got to do to make change happen.
Absolutely.
And, how long? You know what? Fine. Hey, Shantae, how you doing?
Hi, Shantae. What's up, Pearl?
Hi.
So, Shantae, how many times have you wanted to get violent with Marquis
Javon
Joe?
is just full of surprises. And nobody ever surprises me. So I'm enjoying this.
Aww.
I love it. Because
Yay.
they just don't. So I love this.
Aww. Okay. What was your question?
My question was, how many times have you wanted to get violent with Marquis Joe?
A lot of times.
Won't he test you?
Mm-hmm. He will. He will.
How did your relationship begin?
Well, let me fix this little thing right here because I want it to be right. Okay. So I met probably through prayer, church. He was working with Gugu, and then I came to the house and he was at the house and we started talking, and then it just turned into a prayer meeting. And then
literally, yes. That's literally what happened. That's literally what happened.
Literally.
Now you said Gugu, and you know you guys are all famous and family. You know, Mary, all that stuff. Y'all, you part of that, and Gugu part of that. Has Marquise? Oh, this is gonna be a good one. And feel free to tell the truth. Has Marquise ever been the type that goes around celebrities just so that he can look like he know people? Like that? Does he ever go around celebrities and try to put himself into situations around celebrities just to make himself feel good?
He does that all the time. No, I'm kidding. He takes pictures. He creates stories. No, I'm kidding. No.
It bothers me how unbothered he is being around things.
Marquise just loves everybody, and so like he just loves everybody. So I don't think that it has to do with whether you're a celebrity or not. Like if you're a likable person, then he's gonna connect with you. You know what I mean? Even if you're not a likable person, he's still gonna probably try. You know,
we're gonna try.
You're gonna try to connect, and then he's gonna be like, you know, I don't know. He gonna call and be like,
I'm gonna call Shantae like, what you feeling your spirit about that?
What do you think about this?
What do you think?
And sometimes you have to almost pry him away from people. I'll be like, get away from them. They are what they are. They are that is what it is. Okay. There's no fixing it. There's no, you can't.
She's right. She is right.
That's definitely one of his downfalls or flaws is that he just really loves people, maybe sometimes a little bit too hard or too much.
Yes, and probably don't know when it's time to, just cut off because he really wants to believe the best. And that's great. You can believe the best, but if it ain't the best, they just bye-bye now.
Oh
no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's the truth though.
I just want I've been in a position where I've needed grace. So that's what's always in the back of my mind.
Right. And I get you.
I get that. I
But
totally get that.
Shantae, I will say this: there are a couple of people who, one person in particular, who she told me, and I saw their fruit after she kept saying that. Marquise, you gotta distance yourself, and it was very true.
And what was that person's
Amen.
name again? Just so we can make sure
What
we
was
say
that person's name again? Stop, Javon.
we just want to make sure that we all hear from around that.
No. Because they might be that to me doesn't mean that they would be that to somebody else. The same
Right.
like me. I may be amazing to Shantae, but to Javon, I might be a horrible person. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what were we gonna say, Shantae?
And I feel like too, like with that, because I just want to say this is what you said. He was like, oh, God's giving us grace. He's giving us grace, but he's also given us, I believe, wisdom to know when to, you know what I'm saying? Like grace is great and it's needed and it's necessary, but wisdom to know when to cut stuff, when to stop stuff. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
All that is important too, because you don't want it to prevent, something greater for you just because of that connection. And I've seen that happen, like you get somewhere and then people will come and literally try to sabotage. You know what I mean? So
that is right. Absolutely.
I think those things are necessary.
And when I was asking for names, I had a couple of names in mind based on the conversations Marquise and I have had. And I was for real gonna be like, so is Jadon Bryant one of them? Jadon Bryant get on your nerve, don't you? But it's not Jadon Bryant. I'm glad it's not because I brought him.
Jadon!
I love my show. I really do.
Javon, you are full of surprises.
I love my show.
You know what? I just told someone. They were like, we were talking about surprise. I was like, I like surprise. I said, but nobody could surprise me because they don't know how to get a hold of any of my friends. So you're surprising me.
Because I know all your friends. How's it going, Jadon?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Hi, Jadon.
So we all know each other, but Jadon, we know God is dope, but let us know, why is Marquise dope?
What? Well, first of all, because he loves God, okay?
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. That's one thing, and I do believe that everything and all things that he does, he attempts to exemplify that in his love. Very genuine, very loyal. He always says, listen, is it worth it? Is it really worth my salvation? Is it worth me not making it in? So he might have his moments because we're human and we all do, but at the end of the day, he comes back and he wants to please God. But he's just extremely talented, extremely anointed. When you know, you just know. Everybody has a niche. Everybody has a talent. God has given everybody a portion of their gifts and talents. And so what he does it very well. And if he does not know how to do it, he gets out of the way. And so I think he does not try to force. He's like, listen, I don't know how somebody else can take it. Anybody can take it. Y'all can have it. He's always willing to give up that abilities because he doesn't need the limelight or things like that. He doesn't run after things like that. He's extremely humble. He always attempts to stay humble and have humility. One of my favorite expressions of Marquise, when we're giving him accolades and then he really feels touched, he starts holding his mouth and his face and he puts his hand up like this and starts crying. So you know it's over. After that, he puts that hand over that face, he starts shaking that hand. It's over. After that, it's over. You have now. He is crying, ugly cry. He is
That's
so
the ugly
grateful.
cry.
Definitely ugly cry.
Yes, it's ugly. And he is grateful. He is super humble. And it's just like, okay, guys, that's enough. Just stop it. So I've known Marquise. It's almost been, I feel like 10, 11 years. And he has, when I first met him, I did not know him at all. Met him at a concert. I believe it was like 2008, I feel like. Donnie McClurkin. I was sitting in back of him and a few other people from the city of Decatur. He was so churchy. He was so into the service. He turned around and hugged me and was like, are you coaching? Are you coaching? And he just...
Are you coaching?
Yeah, that's what he said. Like, are you
It was
coaching?
just a connection. I was like,
right.
The
people I was with, we was clapping our hands, playing the tambourine, and we was clowning
I was like,
too.
oh, we're going to have church tonight.
Right. And so that was my first encounter with him. And from that day on, he has been exactly the same to me. Exactly the same.
Except when he started getting popular and then he started changing and acting funny, right?
Never.
Never.
Oh, Shantae said a little bit.
A little bit.
This coming from somebody who's a celebrity.
Right.
I have a story. I have a story.
Somebody has a story.
I've
Tell
been
your
So you
waiting.
got,
I have a
so you
story.
got Grand.
I feel like
He
it's my
got grand.
birthday. Thank you, Javon.
It's coming up. It's
It
coming up.
is.
Yes.
So I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Tell us
So Marquise, we, you know, like I said, we used to pray all the time, talk all that, whatever. I noticed that when Marquise connected with higher level celebrities and people,
These hand
I
gestures.
noticed that there was a disconnect. I
Oh,
noticed
wow.
that
It
we
don't
were
get
here
any
and then
higher than
here.
the Atkins
You understand what I'm
family.
saying?
Okay.
Let me finish my story. I got 90 more seconds. And so I said, Marquise, I don't appreciate the fact that I've been in Chicago and you never come up here just to visit me. But when there is a concert, la 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 la, you're always here. I don't appreciate that. I said, I mean, who are these people to you? Have you known them longer than me? I mean, what is it? I mean, are they more saved than me? I mean, what is it? So that, you feel what I'm saying? That had hurt me, but I took it to the Lord in prayer or whatever. And then I told Marquise off, and then yeah, he's just doing
You let it
You
go.
did tell me off.
I let it go.
You
Let it
said
go.
when I moved to Chicago, I was gonna see you all the time.
Yes.
because you're only 2 hours away.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just
Yeah,
pop
it's
up in
close.
Decatur and be like, y'all, where do Marquise live? Because he still ain't sent me his address, but it's okay. I'm be like, where Marquise live, y'all? Just be walking in the
She
street
just got
acting
back
real
to
ignorant.
Chicago. She's been in LA for the last 3 months.
Marquise,
See?
I think it's funny, real quick. Do you see yourself on the TV in the background?
Do I see myself on the?
I do.
Oh yes.
I
Oh,
just think that's real funny. I didn't even link it up that way either. It just happened to be like that.
Wow.
Now, it's funny though. I think 3 people know where Marquise lives: Marquise, his landlord, and his mama.
Oh, someone told me that I should quit saying publicly what city I lived in. So I would just say Illinois.
So I'm public. So I'm public. Okay.
you are now public.
A couple of people, they're like, just don't be telling people. So nobody really knows where I live. A lot of people think I live in Detroit, and a lot of people think I live in St. Louis, and then a lot of people think because of Google that I live in LA. So I don't really.
Oh, okay.
I thought you lived in Dorinda Clark's shed or something.
Detroit.
That's what I thought. But I'm just saying. So we've got some people that have not heard from you in a while, Marquise. So Angel wanted to say, hey, Pete.
What's up, Angel?
Connie wanted to
Connie
Boo.
We've got Patterson Pastor Rochelle who wants to say,
Pastor Rochelle, how are you, cousin?
And then, so we've got people that really love you and are loving what's going on the show today. We've got people, some of your old
what's
or
up,
current, clients that you connected me with who just wanted to say hello. And then we've got people, like I said, that are just loving you and loving the show and wanted to say hello. And we've got
Elise, what's up?
I remember Elise. What's going on, Elise? And Erica, one of my podcast buddies, and my mom stopped by. I want to say hello.
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
So before we go, I wanted to make sure that we all know a couple of things about Marquise. And one of those things is that he is definitely an entrepreneur. Can I get a witness?
Yes.
Definitely.
And even though he's not wearing his own brand today, he does have shirts that
Church Kid.
Yes.
And Marquise, why did you decide to start a clothing line?
Well, I really don't want to call it a clothing line, because I people who have clothing lines, they really their heart is in it. They understand fashion. They understand seams. They understand all of that. So I don't want to call it a clothing line. I kind of want to call it a brand. And as this year go on, you'll see that Church Kid will be my LLC. That'll be my corporation. And what I'm promoting through Church Kids is that church kids are everywhere.
Yeah.
We're not only at church, but we're in the banks, we're chefs, we're doing construction, we're doing movies and scoring films, we're writing, and basically what I'm trying to get established is that God has His people everywhere. We grew up in the church, saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, reading the Bible, going to Bible study, going to choir rehearsal, and none of that has to change because of popularity, influence, quote unquote celebrity, or success. God wants His people everywhere. Yep, I still go to Bible study on Tuesday night, and then on Wednesday I'm in a meeting with millionaires. Yep, I'm at choir rehearsal Thursday, but on Friday I'm doing a business. God wants people everywhere, and what we take from the church, I'm sure Jadon and Shantae can really agree to this. Everything we learned in church growing up, and even now, we take it into our secular lives.
Mhm.
When you're doing meetings and you're doing contracts, when you're having to speak in a room or a classroom, you're taking a lot of what we've learned from church into our secular jobs and into the secular arena. So, and so
Sure.
I'm just using my platform as a way to have merch and kind of launch it. So you'll hear more about that.
And then for people that do want to maybe get a hold of some of your
And
merch,
get a church kid notebook. Y'all get y'all notebook. Church kid notebook.
Aw.
and if they want to do that, where do they go?
www.IamMarquiseJelks.com.
www.IamMarquiseJelks.com. And what we're doing for those who are watching the show is that you get an extra 10% off your purchase today if you
Nice.
use
Okay.
code Javon. You have to
Javon
remember
with an H. Javon with an H.
Why is the promo code Javon?
Because it's my show.
It's
You want to
You're
tell me
right.
Javon?
You
Okay, use promo code Jadon. Since we territorial today.
that is hilarious. Anyway, go to the
Oh my
website and buy
God.
something. now.
Yes. Right now.
Please buy
So
something, some of everything.
go right now and get it. Marquise, besides IamMarquiseJokes.com, where else can people find you?
Instagram, MarquiseJokes_church stuff. That's pretty much it. Facebook, I wouldn't count on that to find me because I'm moody on Facebook. I have it one day and then the next day, like literally, I had just deactivated my account for 3 days last week. So if I don't have anything to promote, I am not on Facebook. Opinions, I don't want to see their statuses. I don't want to be found. So if you think that I blocked you on Facebook one day, I probably deactivated my account. So just find me on Instagram.
It's lit.
That is the truth.
It's lit and hilarious. Marquise, thank you. Jadon,
Thank
you so
you.
much for joining the show. Shantae, thank you for taking time away to join the show. To Mama Jill, you for joining the show. And to all those other people who I asked to join the show.
Let me have a takeover spirit. You
know what? You've hosted the show before, host it now.
Okay. Javon, I just want to thank you. I've worked with you since, I want to say maybe 2011 or 12, and I met you through Jadon. Excuse me. And you are very trustworthy. Everybody knows when you go into business or you go into any relationship with anybody, if they're your manager, your assistant, team member, you have to have people that will cover you. You have to know people that know the good, bad, and the ugly about you. And since day one, you've been a person that does that. You work my events and you work my ministry like it's your own, and this show is amazing. It's excellent. The intro
Absolutely.
and the guests and the concept, and I appreciate you.
No problem. If you really appreciated me when I got my divorce and I was asking you to hook me up with Jadon, you would have made it happen. So you must not love me that much.
I had to tell him, I said you were out of order, inappropriate, and
I mean, we just
now that if you want to know about me, all of y'all watching, I am very particular. Clearly, it went wrong with a few of my choir members on who they date.
That is true.
But I'll be in their business about that. But some of them went ahead and married people I didn't approve of. That's a whole nother show.
I went after Marquis hard for like a full year after my divorce. Like, listen,
He did.
man,
I was like,
I promise I'll treat her right. Let me talk to Phil
I
first.
kept saying, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have that? I don't know. Might not.
He's like, Marquis is like, what's your credit score and what's your money look like? I said, it's getting. He was like, no.
Sis,
No.
I'm speechless.
Right.
I wasn't expecting any of
I don't listen. We are cousins. We put it all out there. We put all the family business out there. Go with it what you
Ah.
So now that I've got stuff to answer for, on behalf of the entire iDream Media production company, thank you guys so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you again for joining the show today. Make sure you love today's show and share it so that more people can see how hard Jadon can blush. We will be back next Monday with our next guest. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.
Love you all.
Get a little bit crazy.